To frequency codes for the week of July 14th through the 20th. I use numerology and divine timing to help you scale so fast it feels like fucking magic. And we are here to discuss what's next this week so you can harness the energy for the week ahead, plan this out, and make sure that you know exactly what to do, when to go, and when to sit the fuck down. So you don't need to know numerology in order to harness this. Just get out your calendar and let's fucking go. So Monday, actually, I'm going to talk about the year and I'm going to talk about the month and then I'm going to break it down day by day. So the year energy is all about that ruling nine energy. So the nine is this opportunity for us to release and surrender, but it's also opening us up to a capacity that we have not yet experienced. So it's helping us to shed fears, beliefs, people, experiences, anything that's no longer a match, so that we can create a greater capacity for ourselves, the ability to hold more, the ability to do more, the ability to be more, and to really see the truth that's available to us because we've shed all the shit that doesn't matter anymore. So that's really important. Now, July energy of the 7. I've been talking about this for a while now. This 7 energy is not fucking around. It is forcing alignment. It is forcing integrity. It is forcing us to step into the new identity. And I talked about this in my Q3 planning party, where July and August are the stage that's setting us up for September. So if you have not yet seen that Q3 planning party, it's still available on my website. You can grab it for $111. Trust me, you do not want to fuck around with July energy. I also mentioned that July isn't going to be all that fucking easy either. And it's been a little tricky. If you have been paying attention, if you're aware of the energetics, you know that it is asking you to up level. It's asking you to take yourself and take responsibility for your future self. So let's break it down for how to use this all next week. So Monday, you want to plant the seeds for who you're becoming by the time October hits. Think, feel, magnetize your 10K months and beyond, or whatever vision you have for your business and for your life. Dream up the vision and spend the day focused on the vision. Make decisions as the person that you are becoming 3 months from now. Don't make decisions as who you are right now, because that's going to hold you right where you are right now. You've got to move like that future version of you. Move like her, think like her, feel like her. Don't fuck around with Monday's energy, because it might have you scattered and all over the place. It might trick you into thinking that multitasking is the answer or your best move. It's not. Today is ripe for amplification. So you want to make damn sure that you are amplifying what the fuck you want. Because otherwise, you're going to amplify what you don't want, and I'm pretty sure you don't want that. So trick your brain into focusing on where you are going. Tuesday, take all those planted seeds from Monday. Take those intentions and ground them into practical and tangible goals. My cat is playing with my tripod, so if the phone is moving all over the place, it's Jupiter's fault. Okay, so ground your intentions into practical and tangible goals and break down your big vision into bite-sized chunks. Come up with a plan to 10x your visibility. This is a conversation we're currently having in my Rhythm and Revenue Mastermind, and I am loving it. It is fired up. I'm talking about all things visibility. But really, this is ultimately about going absolutely fucking feral with your content. Sharing everywhere. Sharing all the time. Sharing often. And going feral with it. No holding back on what you really want to say and letting your audience see the fucking truth of who you are. Step into your full authority as a thought leader and stop it with these watered down captions and watered down posts because you want everybody to like you. As someone who has a fucking message to share and refuses to settle for the mediocre, use today's energy to figure out the conditions required to turn your dream into a reality. Wednesday, don't trust what your monkey mind has to say. Your heart and your soul know the way. They know the truth, and your mind is trying to convince you otherwise. That's how the human operates, for the most part. So today, calibrate to the version of you 3 months from now. Don't let yourself slip back into your comfort zone. And really, is it a comfort zone? It's not that comfortable, right? Recall your vision for yourself. Recall and remember how it feels to move, think, and feel like the future version of you. Your fears might try to trip you up today, so remind yourself all day long. Set up Post-it notes, set up phone reminders, do what you need to do to keep your mind on board with where you're fucking going. Because, my dear, your dreams live on the other side of your fear. Thursday, Mercury retrograde is here. So, I was kind of giggling about this Mercury retrograde. So many people give Mercury retrograde a bad rap. That poor little planet gets blamed for so much. Let's not blame Mercury retrograde for not following through on your goals, not wanting to do things, being complacent. Let's just not blame poor little Mercury, okay? So, on Thursday, it is Bring Your Inner Child to Work Day. Because it's time to get lit the fuck up. Lit up to create and speak and share like the fucking powerhouse that I know that you are. This is not a moment to step back from the limelight. This is not a moment to shy away from attention. Stand up tall, crown straight, and share your story. Share your story. Speaking of which, very exciting news. My 7-time International Film Festival award-winning film will be available to the public as of July 16th. If you want to know more information about that and you want to be invited to the pre-screening party, send me a message. Okay, so stand tall and share your story. Say something on social media that you are absolutely terrified to say, but you know that it's your fucking truth. As an example, from my experience and based on my life experience and how I've experienced addiction, I believe, and I can clearly state with conviction, that addiction is not a disease, it's a choice. And I don't give a fuck if that pisses people off because I've experienced it that way and I know that it's a choice. So this is how you share your truth. So who cares that it's Mercury retrograde? Don't let that poor little planet take blame or hold you back from unfiltered and unapologetic truth. Friday, get grounded today before you hit the office, before you try to do anything focused, before you try to work. Give yourself the gift of a few extra minutes outside, breathe deeply, and imagine your feet rooted into the earth. It only takes 2 minutes. But without this, shit might get a little wild today. So, schedule in a few breaks throughout the day. You don't have time for chaos today because you want to harness this energy. You want to use this energy. But if you're all over the place and all up in your head, it's going to be really hard. So stay grounded. Make sure you're drinking water all day long. Make sure you're eating nutritious food all day long. And take a few breaks and get outside, move your body. If you do this today, your day is going to be fucking phenomenal because the energy is ripe for innovation, new ideas, big decisions, leaps of faith. Get grounded and then consider tackling a bigger project. Today is the day to build the sales page, create the new offer, do the damn thing, come up with a new format for your content. But most of all, use this day wisely. Don't let your mind fucking run rampant on you. I have a tickle in my throat today. Okay, Saturday, use today to focus on learning a new skill. But, very, 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 very important, learn it and then implement it. Because filling your mind with information isn't going to do you any good if you don't fucking do anything with it, right? I remember I signed up for a mastermind years ago. And I remember I had an onboarding call with the mentor, and I said to her, she goes, there's all these trainings and there's hundreds of different videos that you can watch to learn all these skills. And she said, nobody ever goes through them all. And I said to her, I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one that goes through all of the videos. That was the stupidest thing I could have ever said because there's hundreds of them. I was only in the mastermind for a year. How would it be possible for me to watch and implement hundreds of videos around creating a business, creating sustainable revenue? It's just not possible. So don't try to do that, right? It didn't get me any results also because I was just learning and soaking up information and consuming and taking notes, but not actually doing anything with it. I wasn't moving. So today, don't forget to move. And then Sunday, befriend your mind today because she might be all over the fucking place. So that's okay. We have days like that. There are energetic influences that are causing a little bit of chaos. It's all good. Instead of trying really hard to focus, harness the energy and use it for play, connection, collaboration. Talk to your audience. Ask them questions for content fodder. Send the scary DM to the big person that you want to collaborate with, but you've been holding back on. Put yourself out there in bigger ways without giving a flying fuck if you get no's. That's how you get yeses, is by getting no's. So be bolder just to see what's possible, because what if it works? And instead of making up some story about how you're not prepared and you're not at that level, blah, 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 trust yourself to know that the moves when it's time to make the moves. Now, most entrepreneurs are bleeding cash because they don't know when to sprint and when to sit the fuck down. So in the Possibility Playground, I actually help you with these energetic forecasts. I help you leverage this information so you know exactly when to launch, when to close, when to rest, when to sit the fuck down and take a break, when to hustle harder, so that you can stack momentum every single week without guesswork. Your energy is either working for you or it's costing you cash. We don't want that. You don't need another strategy. You need energetic calibration. You need a CEO operating system. So when you're serious about scaling without selling your soul, you need to be inside the playground. It is $88 a month. You can cancel anytime. Send me a DM. I'll book you in. I'll hook you up with the link, or you can grab it from the link in my bio as well.